any of your viewers here, if you guys work online and if travel has been really, placed upon your heart and you just want to get around, don't be afraid, even if you're alone. The world is a beautiful place. It's your oyster and it's yours to discover. No matter if it's here in the Dominican Republic, I can definitely help you out, help you get around in this area that I'm in, even though it's going through some changes right now. It's all good. And I would encourage you to spread your wings and go fly.
Wow. I felt that. I really felt that. Okay. Wow. That's now does your son come and visit you?
He came one time in the 6 years. One time. He was expecting me to go back. Everyone's like, oh, she's going to get tired. She doesn't even speak Spanish, and the pandemic hit and I was already here, like situated. And then I heard that the borders are going to be closing down around the world and that there was one flight left. And by that point, I already had my dog. I already had my apartment. And I was like, yeah, I got to trust this place that I moved to. I got to trust in the people. This is a pandemic. We've never had one before, but this is probably one of the most important times in my life that I can actually test my choice and my decision on where I came. And I stayed. So after that, the world was really unpredictable. And my son, like me, didn't get vaccinated. We just weren't into all of that. So his travel was limited for a very long time. And then finally, when everything got lifted and you don't have to do all that stuff to travel and we're kind of back to normal terms, he came. And that was this September a year ago. Wow. And he had an amazing time. Yeah. He's 30 years old. He's 30. Oh, so, he was like just loving it. Yeah.
So as a woman, this is pretty interesting living in Sosua. What was it that made you say like, all right, this is home? Like, is there anything specific or a little bit of everything?
Oh, great question. So it was the rhythm of the music. It was the sounds of the streets. It was the people, the laid back type of way in life. Again, I was born and raised in Regent Park, downtown Toronto. So it's, for me, for other people outside of Toronto, they consider it a hood, like New Jack City type of thing. But for me, it was a local neighborhood. And so when I entered Sosúa, I felt that same energy that I felt from when I was a little girl. And I felt like my soul was 360 back to basics. And I just felt like I had an opportunity to recapture that type of energy that I was used to when I was younger, but without the crime, without the crack, without the guns, without the violence, and without losing friends to death and jail and prison and all that. It was like it was like 2.0, and it was really great. And not only that, when I left Toronto, I was living in a downtown condo and living very much of a very nice lifestyle outside of the hood. I made it well with my son and I. We were living in a very nice condo downtown Toronto. Just one street over from Yonge Street, which is, for those of you who don't know, Yonge Street is like probably one of the most posh streets in, I would say, Canada, but Toronto for sure. Very business district. I was very much into, the whole high heels and lifestyle. It was a great lifestyle, but I traded it all in and just humbled my whole entire self to do that 360. And Sosúa has a way of doing that, not only to me, but to a lot of people that come here. I usually consider it like the Hotel California. That song by the Eagles, you can come, but you may never leave. Wow. And, you just, it takes a part of you because you come. And again, the people, the culture, the traditions, the energy, the beaches. And I'm not even a beach person. I live beside the beach. And the last time I actually went in that water was probably when my son was here a year ago. I walked on the beach the other day, but not in the water itself. So, but the beaches are just so beautiful too. The energy. And the Dominican people are very they're traditional and they're non-confrontational. They are a very welcoming type of culture here. So that's what kept me here, just the energy and the people, and again the spirit here. Now I have a question for you, because
100%.
I know that you've been to Sosua, right?
I have not.
Okay, you've been to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I saw on your videos that you've been to the Dominican Republic. Now I just assumed it was Sosua. Where in the Dominican Republic have you been to?
I usually go to Santo Domingo. So like
Mm.
85% of the time, Santo Domingo. But I've been to like Punta Cana. I've been to Santiago a bunch, La Vega, Bonao, and a lot of the other small cities. I used to live in Santo Domingo when I first got with my ex out there. So
Okay, wait. You're hold on, guys. I'm just gonna plug in my lamp ring here. So you're a veteran here yourself.
My brain just died out. But before we end, so the chat definitely wants you to speak a little bit on what's going on in Sosúa, of what you can talk about.
All right. So, do you have any specific questions, or should I just regurgitate whatever?
So let's start. All right, let's start here. So the first night, the first situation, what did you experience personally in Sosúa? Like the very first of the recent I guess raids or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was very early in the wee hours of the morning. I wasn't outside. I woke up to a bunch of messages on my cell phone, and it was from real estate agents who were very concerned. And that never happens here. Real estate agents, they just do business. But a lot of them hit me up because they know that I'm connected to a lot of the tourists here. And what happened was 19 huge trucks, like buses, huge buses, like if you could just imagine coach buses, went up the street to the casino and went in there and raided the casino. Now, it had to be somewhat of like a known raid, because that's not the government's location. The government doesn't own the casino. So they went in there, they raided it. They also raided a lot of brothels, and they arrested a bunch of pimps.
Oh.
So right now what's happening in Sosúa is there's a lot of change. The beach itself is a major spot for investors. It's a small beach, but it's a very popular beach. It went through a lot just on its own. And the beach, originally, it was just a small little area that was given over to 46 Jewish families during the Holocaust. And they built it up into a fishing town. And then after that, a lot of Canadians started to come. And after that, a lot of Americans and Germans, Italians, people from all around the world. And nobody was really bringing in too much money at all. And then a lot of Americans, more Americans, but the younger Americans started to come on in, and now the prostitution was always here. The prostitution is legal, but a lot of the Americans started to come in, and that's when investors started to open their eyes, and they're like, this is a real hot spot. This is a great place. It's, got a wonderful beach and really nice streets, and the way Sosúa is situated as well. It's not just like Cabarete, which is one street. It has different marked off streets. So it has a lot of potential for growth. They now have a Hard Rock Cafe that they're bringing here. So it's being rumored that what they're trying to do is, and I'm not insinuating this at all, just by what I'm hearing, they're trying to stop people from coming here for so they can rebuild Pedro Clasante and bring in like franchise names and rebuild it to be like a little Miami. They are targeting the streets are empty right now. There are no girls on the streets. They are getting picked up. I don't believe that that was the wisest thing to do so quickly. I think they could have regulated it a little bit different. I mean, a lot of the ladies, they are their own brand. They are they market themselves, and they should be allowed to do what they want with the Americans that come here. They are very well respected. They're loved. They bring money, tourism, and they help these businesses. And then you do have, and I don't want to call out any other countries, but I'll just call out my own country, Canada, where you have some people who come for